What is going on, YouTube? It is Randy, and this is the Randy Talks Mets channel, guys. Where you get your latest Mets media, everything you need to know about the New York Mets on this channel. And today we're gonna get started here with three interesting prospects that you may not know, maybe three under the radar prospects that you may not know about. We're gonna get it really started, but leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get right into this video, and we're gonna start it off with Jacob Reimer. Drafted in the 4th round, he's number 6 in the Mets top prospects, not a top prospect in the MLB, but this is a guy that had an overall really good year. 282 batting average, about 17 home runs, 77 RBIs, 870 OPS, 21 years old. Very, very exciting talent. A guy that can play third base, a guy that can play first base, mostly third base, though. This is a guy that has a lot of power. A lot of scouts like this kid, and there's a reason why. Because of his power, because of his bat speed. And Jacob Reimer, to me, plays also really good defense. This is a guy that when it comes to third base, you know that the Mets are searching for a third baseman. The search in their organization, they're searching for a third baseman. And you got guys like Brett Beatty, like Ronnie Mauricio, like Mark Vientos. But there's guys like Jacob Reimer that you may not know about that might get the real shot. His ETA says 2027. I don't know. He's right now in AA. He was a pretty fast riser in the system. He was with the Brooklyn Cyclones this year, but overall had a really, really good year. This is a guy that is very, very impressive, a guy that I feel could be a big-time prospect. If he keeps up what he's doing, he could be impressive. A lot of teams like him. And who knows, maybe he will be the third baseman for the future for the New York Mets. There's no telling what Brett Beatty is going to become. There's no telling what Ronnie Mauricio is going to become. So this is a guy that Jacob Reimer, you should keep your eye on. And then we're going to get started here with AJ Ewing, the number 7 prospect for the Mets. And this is a guy that had 70 stolen bases. Yeah, that's right. 70 stolen bases, a 315 average. Guys, at 830 OPS, on base percentage of 401. This is a guy that can play the outfield. He can play second base, and scouts love this kid. And there's a reason why. Because he was a fast riser in the system. Fast riser in the system. 2025, man, he was with 3 different teams. He was with low A, he was with high A, and then he was with double A. This kid is 21 years old as well. The Mets have a lot of young prospects. But this kid is very, very exciting. This is a guy that hits, like I said, 315. Yes, he has 3 home runs. He has 3 home runs, so he doesn't hit for a lot of power. But he's not a power guy. He's a guy that just hits the baseball, has really good bat-to-ball skills. So I like AJ Ewing. I think this is a name that maybe Mets should look into because this is a guy that, 70 stolen bases in the minors is not easy to do. So that means he has a lot of speed. Not even Jet Williams, who is one of the fastest guys in the system, did that. So hats off to what this guy did, AJ Ewing. Hats off to what he did in 2025. Had a really, really awesome year. And this is a guy that with Jeff McNeil, maybe he could be traded. Maybe AJ Ewing could become a part of that tandem when it comes to the New York Mets roster. We know that the Mets, they want to get younger, they want to get more athletic, and this is a guy that can play multiple positions, the outfield, second base. This is a guy that I feel is going to make the team. This is a guy that I feel is going to make the team maybe in 2027 because he's in AA as well. But this is a guy that, man, come on. 70 stolen bases, that's not easy to do in the minors. So very, very, very impressive kid here in AJ Ewing. And 315 batting average. That's nothing to just snark at there. So what a job AJ Ewing has done. I hope he keeps it up. But this is a guy that David Stearns likes. He likes him. And they could use him as a trade piece also. Who knows? But a lot of scouts like this kid and a lot of teams like this kid. Now I want to get into the last one, guys, and that is Mr. Chris Suero, number 15 in the Mets system. This is a guy that had a 233 average, 16 home runs, 68 RBIs, 35 stolen bases. A guy that could play catcher, the outfield, and first base, multiple positions, gives you a lot of range, gives you a lot of athleticism. And that's something the team doesn't have a lot of. We know that David Stearns wants to get better with the defense, with the athleticism. Chris Suero is a guy that plays with high energy. High energy, man. I like him. I think he's 21 years old as well. All these guys are 21, but he plays with high energy and he has some pretty good speed. Like I said, 35 stolen bases. That is nothing to snark at there. So the Mets system overall with these three guys, I mean, those are some guys that under the radar could be big time prospects coming soon. But 21 years old, I mean, 16 home runs, 35 stolen bases, very impressive. And I like that he can play multiple positions because it doesn't just leave you in a corner. You got Francisco Alvarez, who's the catcher of the New York Mets. So this is going to be very interesting to see what happens with this kid and what happens with AJ Ewing as well. What happens with Jacob Reimer? All these guys. Because you don't know what Brett Beatty is going to become. You don't know if Jeff McNeil is going to be traded. Is Jet Williams going to take that second base spot? Is it going to be AJ Ewing in the future? Nobody knows these things. But these are really good prospects. Really good prospects. And I think that the Mets should really just keep looking at these kids. And I hope that they make it to the major league roster. Because I like these kids a lot. I do. Play with high energy, athleticism, speed. I feel it's something the Mets team need. They need that. They need that speed, that athleticism, that energy, that high energy. That's what they need. Francisco Alvarez gives you high energy, but these guys give you high energy as well. So those are three guys that you guys maybe don't know about, but I just wanted to tell you some things about them because look out for these names. Look out for these names. Jacob Reimer, the number 6 prospect in the Mets. Number 7, AJ Ewing. And number 15, Chris Suero. These guys are not MLB top prospects, but they are the Mets top prospects. So we'll see what happens with these kids. But man, look out for these kids. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely do me a favor, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You guys are awesome. Have a good one. Let's go Mets.